Hi, I'm Abhilash, your UPSC Civil Service Examination mentor. Welcome to today's session. And today's session is designed towards interview result. The written main result which came on 11th of November, and this is targeted towards the first timers and repeaters who are going to or have qualified for interview. And today, let me first fully congratulate all of you who have actually, you know, like if you are here today, it means your roll number appeared in the UPSC Civil Services Examination qualified list. If you are watching this video, this is not a small moment, and this is not an ordinary result as well. And definitely don't call this as luck. You have worked, sacrificed, fallen, risen, and today you stand among a very small number of applicants or aspirants across the country. Take 1 second right now, breathe, and acknowledge what you have achieved. Your achievement or your journey or your entire effort which you have taken has various ups and downs, various aspirations linked to so many situations, so many circumstances, and you have overcome this today to be in the list. So do not take this opportunity from your own self as a casual opportunity that, oh, by mistake it happened. It did not happen by mistake. So you have taken the tremendous odds to reach this stage. Now let us prepare together for final frontier that will define your career trajectory for the next 3 decades. See, I told you that heartily I feel that congratulations on reaching this milestone. Definitely, this you will remember again and again in your life and lifetime. You need to give yourself a pat in the back. And let me tell you, it is UPSC is not just called like a tough competition exam because you do not forget the exam with the examination years. The exam has an impact in which the father's ability to not crack the exam becomes a purpose for his son to fulfill his father's goal or a daughter to fulfill his father's goal. This is the common aspiration why people are giving service civil services. They will not acknowledge you are basically trying to fulfill your father's goal, father's aspiration, something for your parents' aspiration. Now that is where you feel that is one biggest responsibility if you can stand in front of your parents only when you fulfill their unfulfilled dream or goal. So that is the impact of this exam. It is not pen and paper or some syllabus or out of syllabus. So try to understand. And this is something which gives you purpose to serve the nation. That is what you have made this journey. This exam is the entry gate to that purpose. So do you think that 20-30 minutes of the interview which is going to happen will define your career or define your uh, decision or dream? Exactly. Be very, very practical. Almost all of us try to tell stories that this has come in. ये यूपीएससी के इंटरव्यू में पूछा गया था, ये आईएएस इंटरव्यू में पूछा गया था, all that kind of thing, to make it look as if something it is unachievable. But if it is, then you are today at that stage that you are preparing for that interview. So let me tell you this: every moment that you have taken to be here counts. Nothing has been forgotten. It is within you. So congratulations once again. The 275 marks. I'm sure all of you who have given the exam know the pattern of how much marks the each stage holds. From all the 1750, 275 marks is coming from UPSC interview, and this decide your service, your rank, your cadre, your posting, your team, people who are going to be with you, many times your life partner, so many things, and all this for the next 30 years of your life. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I want you to understand why giving focus for the next uh, 25 to 30 days, or maybe 40 to 50 days, whenever is your interview state schedule, is very important for you, your own self. So you imagine, you understand the impact one has for this. Before we do go further, I want to introduce myself, because why are you listening to me? Why should you listen to me? I am Abhilash Mohapatra, your UPSC Civil Service Examination mentor. I qualified this exam in 2008. I did service was not allocated to me. I was interviewed in 2009 with exceptional performance record. I achieved top scores in essay and geography optional, demonstrating mastery in these critical component of UPSC. After my certain life, I also started to contribute as a faculty in IS Gurukul, New Delhi in 2014 to 2016. I was a valuable content contributor with Vision IS in 2015-16, and then I have a government stint of career as well. I was a Group A officer with National Career Service, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Government of India, where uh, my focus was towards employability. It was about digitally, uh, the digital transformation of employment exchange, and where I understand that India's demographic dividend, which stands towards the youth, is about how employable the youth are going to become. And I made my career dedicated to Indian youth employability and making them, employable. And that is where I call myself as career change maker today. My government state had, I was a part of National Career Service, Ministry of Labor and Employment, Government of India. Then I was also part of FICI, Ministry of uh, Industry and Ministry of Commerce and Industries. And then I was part of NSTC, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and all this towards making youth employable for industry-led employability. So that has been my career as such till today. But I realize that invariably Indian youth tries to, the intelligent or the practical youth tries to attempt government exam, specifically the civil service examination, to see whether if they can fit the bill. And some or other way, they manage those 4 years in a different way, which hurt them, and they do not, even if they don't become an officer, or even if they don't qualify, they take the hurtings of the exam for their future career, which is not good for the country. And that's why I have tried to create this platform called Elevate IAS, wherein we try to help aspirants who are repeating, who are trying failing again and again, to see if they can perform at their best for the examination. And things will change automatically. If you do the same things again and again, the result will remain same. If you do things differently, the outcome will become different, with that logic. So that's about me. And my session today is an open session for all the aspirants who are qualified for UPSC interview. And I have certain offering to make as well. But before that, I want you to take some time and undergo what exactly interview holds in. This might be very repetitive in nature, but try to understand from my aspect what it means. I have been an aspirant. I have been through this channel. I've been through this churn, and I have been a mentor to hundreds and thousands of aspirants. I have been a mentor, one-on-one counselor mentor with aspirants who have failed this exam multiple times, cracked it in the last attempt. People who have been in service again try to become upgrade their career after having a successful service in some other cadre, and just trying to fulfill become IAS and things like that. So I have seen multiple types of candidates with multiple ambition. So what happens is that makes me feel understand that UPSC exam has that kind of impact in your brain. I'm speaking in English, but I can speak in Hindi as well. But just for the sake of everybody's Uh, I'll keep it English the entire session. And if you have any doubt, आपको ऐसा लगता है आपको मुझसे बात करनी, this is both for English and Hindi medium. All the students, in fact, aspiring for interview, doesn't matter which medium you are. You can reach out to me. The banner tells all the detail. The description has the form which you have to fill to reach out to me, and we can schedule our things. But before that, let's start today's session. So, what today's session covers is about the mindset and psychology of this interview. What is this DAF, detailed application form, and how much mastering that impacts you? What is this officer like qualities? Why it is important today? I speak about manifestation practice. Your mindset, your mindset defines your outcome, and your mindset is born from what you think. Common mistakes that everybody or your first many times happens, and people who are repeating, they would immediately realize it. And some personalized strategy for people who are first timers, for repeaters, and especially last attempt candidates. So with this, I start the session. If you have any questions, anything where you feel you want to ask me, you can reach out to me, and all the details are there in the banner running and in the uh, description of the YouTube. So if you open the notification, it clearly mentions what is the purpose of UPSC interview stage C of the examination. It is assessment of personality, not knowledge. And this is the fundamental misunderstanding which happens. Many people think that it is like somebody is going to ask you questions about, tell me the definition, tell me this, do you know this, do you agree with this, like these kind of things. And they prepare their exam as if an oral exam for college. But this is not that personality test. The suitable, because here they are judging your ability to agree, disagree, express, and stay quiet, or approach all these things towards when you engage with people of that stature in the interview stage. And your career will be entirely like that only. You will be meeting higher people of your seniors, your people from different stakeholders, different walks of life, having achieved so much things. How you are going to engage as a public servant? So this is where your temperament is checked, and that is where the interview is all about. So UPSC is not trying to check you whether you have studied for mains properly, did you write notes and all that kind of thing. If somebody gives you that kind of knowledge that this is what they do, then honestly they are misguiding you. Don't make yourself, because it is very clear. It is a personality test. It is not test of knowledge. But through your knowledge, and because that is what you are going to express, they are going to check your, or they are going to assess what kind of impression you build in, what kind of way you handle the board, all the thing. So they board which is going to check you, or people, 6 to 7 people who are going to sit in front of you, are civil servants, academicians, and domain expert. Don't feel that you will go and fool them, and you have the power to fool them, and you will just go and do a stunt like Akshay Kumar or some superstar, and people will be, wow, what a fantastic person has come. No, if you go by that kind of mentality, this is not going to happen with you. So hence, your civil services in the interview is very, very more about you, how you have taken things, and what is your past experiences. So they know you are intelligent and you have cleared mains. That's why you're sitting in front of them. Now they want to know who you are. That's a simple thing. So the board looks for like how you think, how you respond, how you behave, how you handle pressure, how you make decisions, how balanced you are, how honest you are in the moment. Many times, to agree with the board, many times you say yes, yes, yes. You forget you're trying to be with the majority. But what is your own personality? What is your own thought? You don't go with that. But they are looking for such genuine people who can hold on to the righteous path, not just getting swayed away by whatever the opinion or popular opinion is saying. Is it very clear in your mind? So that's what I would again repeat, that what the board looks for, it looks for integrity, honesty in thought and action, consistency between words and values, moral courage to stand by principles, clarity of expression, your communication technology, your standard. Many times you lack because what happens is we may not be speaking in our own native tongue. We might be speaking in English, which is not our native tongue, and we find it very difficult to convey. I would suggest please declare in your DAF itself that which language you are going to give your interview. Talk in the most comfortable language where you can express yourself. It is not a thing that you have to speak English or Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, all the it is you can declare where you are comfortable. So do not go for certain thing which is you are not unable to express yourself in. So better use that kind of communication. Your awareness, your understanding, your social awareness, your empathetic nature, your awareness for what is around you, the larger context, your judgment, your fairness, your stability, your emotional stability, maintaining composure under pressure, your leadership potential, taking initiative. Many times, what happens is in the DAF, people would have written some, I won this thing, I won that, I won best student scholarship, this, that, like assuming that they will get impressed with some award and all like that. No, doesn't matter to them. That is not leadership. That is just an achievement which it is memorable. When they ask you for any incident which shows leadership, you look at the most difficult situation of your life. How did you come out of that difficult situation of life? Maybe personal, maybe professional, maybe education, academic in nature. Look at that. What exactly happened? What did change? Then and there you will realize what if you have the leadership or not. If you have succumbed to that pressure or scenario, that means you actually are unable to vision out, unable to lead yourself out from somewhere. So that is where your potential of leadership can be calculated. I'm just talking. We can talk more about this as we go on. Now, I want to tell you about how I designed this program and what this program is all about. My program, what I'm talking as personalized mentorship for this thing. I also want to say that why uh, see in 2001 there was a Alagh Alagh's committee where they mentioned certain recommendations for interview stage, and there they were talking about the way the defense interview sessions happen, where they have a service selection board and the psychology sessions goes on, where there are multiple tests, multiple interview and board interview, everything happens, and they evaluate candidates character, temperament, and there are certain OLQs, officer like qualities, like integrity, decisiveness, empathy, communication, skills, emotional intelligence, and ability to remain composed under pressure, which are tested during the entire 4 days, 5 days of the service selection. Now, in the 30 minutes of UPSC interview, civil service interview, they wanted to see if that framework can be applied and things can happen. So this was certain recommendation basis on which you know the interviews or the mentors of interview or the board is trained how to manage interview. Now my program actually taking this from it and understanding with the help of few psychologists from defense, I have created my program to how to manage, analyze your own OLQs. Where do you stand with OLQs? So many are, before we go forward, I also want to say what the interview is not, because we need to be very, very clear on having our fundamentals clear that what the interview is not. So it is not a viva, it is not a GK quiz, it is not a mock board practice, or not a test of perfect answers. then what exactly it is about? It is neither a debate competition. So any of the things which you think it is like this in your subconscious mind that यूपीएससी इंटरव्यू ऐसा होता है, ये होता है, वो ऐसा पूछेंगे, मैं फटाक से आंसर बोलूंगा, वहां से तबाड़ से क्वेश्चन आएगा, मैं फटाक से आंसर बोलूंगा. If you are thinking like that, please, then the recipe for sure shot failure is with you. The interview is not about that. The interview is all about you as a person, how you sit, how you listen, how you start the first line, how you engage in conversation, how you basically, it's all about you, your hand gesture, your body movement, everything, your tone, intonation, your voice, you're nervous or you're confident, all this thing. It's all about you. There will be one psychologist who will be continuously observing. He may not talk to you in the entire interview. He'll be sitting in one corner. You can see from your corner of eyes. People who have gone through interview would be remember that person. From this side, they can see he's sitting here or this side, and he is able to only see your legs, and whether you are shaking your legs, nervous, your hand, he's able to see your body. Other interview board is in front of you, they are looking only this part, the passport size. But there's one person who can actually see you entire through this, and your interview, when you are talking, you can see your him or her from this that corner of your eyes, and little movement by that person affects you also. Your heartbeat changes. People who have gone through interview will relate with that. So what happens? Why do people fail? Up now you ask anybody, people who have failed will have their answers. So I don't know whether I am the right person to tell about this, but basically many times, when we do the session, this practice session, they feel that they could not answer something. They could not answer some question, but somehow whatever they were talking about, they immediately could not cover up with that. They got nervous, or maybe they became over defensive and something like that. So but many a times it is like, the perception which you go, yeah, either you feel like everything was great, it was all good, I don't know why they did not mark me, or that I could not answer well or I could not perform well. So I must tell you this, whatever it is, you may not have the right words to explain. In fact, you can see that even I have tried to put it in a different way. Many times, we try to see if we actually rehearse any answer. They would have say, you should in 30 seconds you should tell your introduction, tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself is the most toughest question in any interview in the world. And what is it asking? It is asking about yourself. Can anyone tell about yourself? Actually, in heart and heart, we want somebody to introduce us so that we don't need to talk about ourselves. But the UPSC interview is actually talking about asking you tell me about yourself. You who are listening to me right now in this YouTube, tell me about yourself in 30 seconds. You will say, my name is this. Okay, this is about yourself. Then you will say, I belong to this place. Okay, this is about yourself. Okay, you'll say, I'm from this college, this graduation. Okay, this is about yourself. Then you will say, I have this thing as my hobby. Did I ask you your hobby? Is that about yourself? Does that define you? Now, when I pose such question, you'll be like, yeah, it is so, I don't know what to answer in that. So then you tell me what to answer. So you see, had there been one straight answer, I would have myself told you. But how do we know a person? We don't know a person in first time. First minute, we do not know a person. It takes us 10 to 15, 20 minutes to know a person, to understand a person, and then have a judgment about him or her. Maybe not judgmental, at least understand about him. Exactly same psychology happens with both. The first line, whatever you say about you, also tells about okay, okay, okay. The 20th and 30th line actually gives the answer. Tell me about yourself. That can be anything. You might be talking about Iraq issues, or you might be talking about the gold reserve, or you might be talking about the a new asteroid which is going to come to, or come in the range of in Earth, something like that. But while talking about this, somebody will come to know, okay, this is about him. So this is something happens. Uh, Many times we have stress and anxiety, which causes challenges. Then we come fear of judgmental. Actually, we start judging immediately. Within first 10 minutes, we also judge. कि यार ये interview गया होगा नहीं इस बार. The moment we create such kind of mindset, then the interview also goes. And like that, many more things which we can discuss later. But before going more ahead, I want to tell you that have you seen the notification properly? It tells you to do certain action between certain time. Please see the notification. Fill in all the dates on DAF. We have to fill in before 26th. Just see all the deadlines. Prepare all the necessary document which is required. You might have to update your DAF now. But one-time registration is also, they are giving an opportunity to update it. Many of you might be working. Many of you, the status of, the current position, what is happening in November, you might want to update it. Just see, do all the formalities in a very clear cut mind. Update your education qualification with address detail, your supporting document, your summon, because you have to get the summon letter, and then complete your whatever the required document for you. See that you do not get inside, that you are panicking during this time. Do your all checklist for documents, your identity proof, your educational certificate, your category certificate, your all the disability certificate, the right format, the experience certificate, the passport size photographs, the e-summon admit card, whatever they have asked for you. You see that you put them organized and very systematically, and then your 40-50 days of preparation start. See that any challenge in documentation, you have a clarity of how to get over it. Check from UPSC itself whatever is required. But this is must, ये आपको करना ही है. ये चीज सबके लिए मैंडेटरी है. ऑल द पीपल आर गिविंग फॉर इंटरव्यू. और लास्ट मिनट हीरोइज्म के लिए मत वेट करिएगा. प्लीज डू इट राइट अवे, राइट नाउ. Then when it starts to interview preparation, I'm not saying ये interview के लिए प्रोग्राम कोई लेना है, क्या करना है. Everything can be done through self preparation also. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. तो आई पीपल हु आर फीलिंग दैट मुझे खुद करना है, तो यू सी दैट you actually write a diary of your self awareness. It is like your reflection of what you are preparing and why you are preparing. Her day you have to ask, what is the purpose? Did I meet my purpose? Then only you will be able to create a very clearly express your action. Now you have to say, what do you write in the diary? Your daily self reflection, your current affair engagement, your DAF connection, linking to various background, hobby, interest, your moment of clarity, your practice question which you think can come over. So this diary becomes something which you look up to, and you're talking to your diary like that. So this is a self knowledge which will be giving you more confidence, and because you now know yourself very well. Is it clear what I'm trying to say? What exactly is needed? ये सबको करना है, irrespective of all those who are watching this session now. Please see that you prepare like this. Have a diary. Do all the mandatory things as I mentioned you in the list. Do all the documentation, clarity. See the deadlines, timelines. Your interview dates will come immediately after that. So you have to see that you have time only that much. Prepare. Prepare early as possible. Now, before I move on what to prepare and what to do, go for mock interviews or this session, that session. I started the session that what are they looking at? They're looking at you. The entire story is about you. That is your 20 to 30 minutes of explaining yourself. So how do you know about yourself? Is where the journey begins. Your self-awareness, your values, strengths, weakness, what influences you, what triggers you, will actually keep you controlled. Will make you understand what the other person feels about you. Many a time while you are talking in a very soft tone, in a soft, empathetic way, but to the exterior, it looks as if you are trying to hide something. You don't, that is the body language, that is the tonal language. So, if such things are happening, this is the right time to get it all sorted, corrected. So, preparation, it is not like a drama acting that 30 minutes you are playing a character of yourself who is going to do the interview well. No, no, no. You have to be genuinely breathing oxygen, answering, conversation is happening like that. You are not acting that time. You are being yourself. All the people who have acted have failed. Let me tell you. It's simply not possible to fool UPSC board member. And I must tell you one more thing. When you see various toppers interview and everything, they are telling their side of the story. Have you ever seen any board telling their side of story about a person? So that's a very unfair system, na? A topper can say, I was asked this, that, this was told to me. I answered like this. I was always a hero. I wrote like, because it is very easy to talk like that. But in reality, what was happening? We don't see the board telling what this boy was actually talking like. He could not utter a single word. So do not immediately get influenced by one side of the story. Be your own. When you go there, you realize everything is blank. I'm unable to recall. Nobody tells this, and everybody is nervous. So from now, this session has two way of looking at it. One is for the first timers who are fresh in energy, first time they've cracked, and first attempt, or in that second attempt, their first time giving the interview. And second are people who are repeating the interview. They have an experience about interview, the experience of going through the interview process. And then there is one category of people who know that I like, sir, I'm in do and die situation. कुछ भी करके करवा दो, कर जाए हो जाए मेरा, कैसे तो हो जाए, like that. Last attempters. So this is the mindset usually. Okay. So what I will do is I will first talk with little for the first timers first, and then we'll go to the repeaters part. Is that okay with everyone? See, for the first timers, your freshness is your strength. You may not be knowing what you have written in mains. You may not be knowing why did you get clear. ऐसा क्या आ गया? इसका तो इतना अच्छा आंसर था, मेरा तो ऐसा लिखा ही नहीं था. Many times you would be self-doubting. What did I write? Maybe I qualified by just 1 mark. I don't know how much I'm getting in mains. These kind of questions might bother you. But let me tell you, take the first time opportunity as your advantage. Because the first time, your genuineness will impress everybody. Till now, nobody knows the score. Okay, scoring is something not beyond anybody's clear. This thing. All those who say that I know, I can, I can uh, guess your question. Immediately I can tell you what score you get, and nah, I don't think so. Today only, many say they have their score in their hand because that is how everybody, got thing. You have got the selection now for the interview. They might be having your scores, but let me tell you, you do not know the score, so you do not behave like you know the scores. Be yourself, be very genuine, and you know that first time excitement will always be the first time excitement itself. So keep that enthusiasm with you. So your energy, your curiosity, your unforced on, natural way of talking to the interview board and having no baggage. कि यार ये मेरा लास्ट अटेम्प्ट है, या पिछले साल भी यही बोर्ड मिल गया था, यही बोर्ड फिर से आ गया है. All these things, are baggages which you are now not this thing. So that's why do not think that you are going to. So try to take benefit of that. So your natural personality is visible. So please structure your preparation accordingly. So what are the common first timer mistake? Over too much of reading, anxiety over confidence. Then, many times unfocused, unclear clarity of thoughts, and to in nervousness, talking too much, going off the tangent, and many times to stay, to show the confidence, we become arrogant. It looks arrogant. And then the body language, not looking at the eye, being very down to this thing, looking at the wall corner, this, that thing. These are something which immediately kind of, the signs which, the first timer reason of failure. So I would say always first structure your thoughts. Try to listen to the question. Take 1 minute to understand what they're asking, what should be the calculated response to it. Give it in a simple framework like introduce, then key points, then brief conclusion, or tell the present situation, the challenges, the possible solution. If you have a personal experience, if ask if you can add it up, add it, lesson learned, and then application. More structurally, you will be easily, format ways you can speak out. And try to be very simple communication. The communication you do with your friends or your, people who are like your father's age, like that. You don't keep on talking like a big, shot. You give it a very small this thing, and try to be very calm and very, intermingle with the scenario. Don't feel like I can hear my heart pounding. यार मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, पता नहीं क्या पूछने वाले, पानी कहाँ है, मेरा मुंह सूख रहा है, मेरा जीभ से भाई. Don't overstrain yourself with all this thing. Calm, go to the restroom before you go to the your session. Deeply sit on one place, take a deep breath. 3 times you take a deep breath. Come to focus, come to the present. Don't avoid your brain to run here and there. Come to the present, and then you go from there. For I would say for the 30 days kind of a timeline for first timers is, you know start your interview diary, review your DAF, identify your area, read current affair, focus on understanding perspective, don't memorize facts. Then do your self awareness. Do your tell me about yourself practice. Do some mock interviews, go for practice, dress well, watch your body language, record yourself on video, see whether how much you look, what needs to be changed. Practice with your friend or a mentor, but do your good practice. And then, polish your DAF on day 22, 28 around, and work on your body language, how you walk, how you talk, how you sit, and visualize good things. And before interview, do not try to add on new stuff. Stay very focused, calm, and you can then be ready. So your fresh profile is definitely a this thing. Now coming to the second set of people, the repeaters or last attempters. See, let me first tell you, it sounds very ordinary, repeaters or letters last attempt. But why do you think like that? Because you started from scratch. You started again from prelims. You were not given this uh, mains opportunity just like that because you qualified interview last time. No, you wrote the prelims with everybody. You again stood the ground in competition, and you were among the top 12,000, 14,000 candidate to write mains. You again had a good capability. So here you are showing the capability. You are capable. That's why you are there. Now, so the it is not that we can, we something is not working out. Let's work on that. Identify that. Identify what is the challenge. Why this loop is stuck to you. So that is what is important for you to figure out and take corrective action. Not the other way. That like every year I'm coming, but nothing. Don't think from that way. So we will understand that what all can we do. that you can transform yourself from this attempt, and success is within your reach, but it requires honest self reflection and willingness to change. So, why repeaters miss out? Another thing is carrying the old thing. Like first attempt, you had no idea. Second attempt, you had little idea. Third attempt, now you are also telling people what to do in interview. Fourth attempt, you are now Babaji. You are telling that everybody how to do, what to do, but you are yourself not clearing. All this thing starts making you look, or that thing goes off the first timer. That baggage, fear of repeating failure, over defensive. I'll be very calculated. Then feeling entitled, like a little bit of arrogance comes out sometimes, and then sometimes answering the same. I am Abhilash, I am from this thing. I have done my. Tell me about yourself. Those things become robotic. So this is a psychological of loop effect. Where you always give the attempt, then your interview, despite preparation, something goes off, then you miss out selection, and disappointment happens. Then you internalize the failure, carry the guilt, and you always there with you. You do not open up and say to anybody. In one of my first interview, I try to, I had that time heard a quote: "You can fake it. If you can't make it, then fake it." So I thought, okay, if I don't know things, I'll try to fake it, and I try to act. In fact, I read a book, interview before transcript before going to interview, and somehow his that person's the dummy interviews person's background was matching with me. Oh, I thought this is how it should be. As if somebody God has given me hint, and I actually went and I tried to do that, and I severely failed. I did not get any second opportunity to rectify. I could not say, sir, can we go? When they ask in the last anything you want to ask the board, sir, can we go to the first 5 minutes? I want to repeat it again. I could not say that. So I know how it feels. That guilt stays. Today I'm laughing and saying it, but for the first 7, 8 years, till the time I didn't started mentoring, I was unable to take it out from my heart. What will people think? How can he become such thing? How can he take a call like that? And he's such a nice boy. Still, all that kind of thing kept on happening. So yes, sometimes you know there is this saying, विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि. अचानक से कुछ हो जाता है, दिमाग घूम जाता है. And that moment of 1 second tears up that entire future that day. And you just cannot say this to anyone. I know people who are repeating it, people who are would feel the my words as their own words right now. Anyway, we are here to break this loop. How do we exit out from the mindset reset to identity reinvention? And I am going to help you in doing that. That is the objective. We are going to reset your minds, rewrite your internal story, and rebuild your presence. This is what is required. जो हो गया सो हो गया. अब जो होगा वो कुछ नया होगा. The first and foremost thing I must tell you is, can you write something like why were you not selected earlier? Can you acknowledge the honesty? Can you reflect on growth, what lessons it taught you? Can you reset with confidence what exactly now you know about yourself? Let us see if you can write it, send it to me, and you can detail me about all that. Why were you not selected? You can see the WhatsApp number coming in front of you. WhatsApp me the whatever you feel like. WhatsApp. This is between you and me. I'm not putting it in anywhere. It is just between you and me conversation. Or write for yourself in your interview diary. If you don't want to share, don't want to be a part of program, still you can do things. You do for yourself. Anytime you feel that you are blaming the astrological conditions are not good. My Shani was very variable. My Mangal dosham, my Kuja dosham, or I don't know what, or more than the Vakra movement of Mars, or something like. If you are into that, many people actually astrologically they start wearing this thing, a lot of pearls and everything. So many things. I'm not denying that those might be good, maybe beneficial, but your mindset, your strength of mind is seen from that. You start blaming them as reason rather than improving your own self. So for repeat reinvention toolkit, please correct your tone, practice lightness, smile genuinely, have a good conversation, record yourself daily and listen critically how your tone sounds. For self belief, list your actual achievements, acknowledge your resilience, recognize the reach. Here again, your proof of capability. True confidence is quiet, not loud. It doesn't need to prove itself. Then emotional healing. Write down all your past disappointment, whatever baggage you are carrying. It might be your father's dream. Your father is no more, so you want to fulfill it. Your mother's dream. Your mother is no more. She wanted to see you as district collector. Write it all. Write it all before you feel that that is overpowering you. Write it all, put it very clearly, and then have a very clear heart of visualizing sitting in front of the board and being very free to answer whatever you want to answer, whatever you're hearing, your judgmental capacity. So, healing is not weakness, it is preparation for success. So, please do this. Then the OLQ comes into the picture, the officer like qualities. This we will talk the more you can study from your own self, but this is more of one-on-one conversation where we understand what how you stand in all these qualities and what all needs to be done. So this is a one-on-one mentorship part. This is the part of the program itself. So it will be more a one-on-one this thing. I'll be talking about the Johari window of self-discovery, where you stand in your self-awareness and how much feel what needs to be happening to you, and it gives you a clear picture for your self-awareness. Then a little bit of the where your self-understanding matters in the interview. All these questions we will talk again and again, and we'll get an answer. Defining your core persona, core values, motivation, emotional pattern, your life story mapping, your own journey, various things, what has happened with you, identifying the pattern, why things are happening the way it is happening with you. Those things matters a lot. Then a manifestation practice, aligning your mind, your energy, and performance. If you're thinking that I will do everything, but last minute it will not happen, I will be able to. So one of the student will say, एक mark से रह गया, 0.5 mark से रह गया. If these are something which you impacts you, impresses you, honestly, let me tell you, यही हो जाएगा आपके साथ. So you need to be thoughts become things. So you have to have a create clear thought. How to make that thought, how to manifest that thought. We discuss this in our sessions. See, manifestation works with three steps, that is clarity, visualization, and alignment. Action. So see that you have all this thing aligned for you to work in favor of you, and the next upcoming interview becomes your manifestation goal, and your name is there in the final list. I would say this is a breathing pattern. You can take the screenshot of this session, what to be done, how to do daily morning manifestation. आप में से कुछ कहेंगे मैं तो सुबह उठता नहीं सर, अभी उठना पड़ेगा थोड़ी सी. So see if that works in favor of you. Then comes your DAF, talking through DAF. This is our conversation document, going through whatever you have written, and we actually discuss all the things. So the board uses your DAF to read your lines, identify your themes, how to start the session in from your comfortable area so that you can speak, express, and it also kind of checks your authenticity. Many times, your genuineness of shown is shown through it. Many times you feel that you are going to make a smart move because you have written daft like that. Not every time it works in favor, let me tell you. Then we will talk about various DAF questions, current affair questions, how to do current affair from now on, linking current affair with your DAF, how to manage opinion, the critical differences, how to express. So all these things will be covered in this one-on-one mentorship program, PMP program. It is personalized, transformative, result-oriented, and this is it is. I don't have a board. I'm not saying this is a mock interview. No, this is personalized mentorship, and this is one-on-one. And let me tell you, I have this principle that you have to pay after the session. You don't have to. And if you, in fact, I also give this liberty that if you find your name in the finalist, only then you pay actually, so that we understand the value what we are making in, why it is valuable. It's not a free program. Let me tell you that. Second thought is because everybody's test timeline will be different. It is not a standard program or like a recorded program. It is a one-on-one live. We have to schedule one-on-one as per your availability, my availability, and 40-50 minutes of session. And like that it is to be progressed. Everybody will have a curated way of sessions and how to do it. There will be certain common sessions, like the general knowledge and things like that. So those will be also coming in interview, YouTube, and all you can watch on your own. But otherwise, one-on-one sessions will be there, and the uh, uh, if all those who are interested to be part of that program, you can see the link in the description. It's a Google form, or you can WhatsApp me. I will send you the form link. Filling the form is important because that's how the consent is taken and the record is started. So uh, be very clear where you want to be. Whatever you take the step, be very, very clear. Your clarity in action itself will clear or show the result which you get. With that, I close my today's interview orientation session. If you have any doubt, all the details are there in your screen to reach out to me, and I'll be very happy to help. And all the best. We see a capable India as we see you, and definitely India will have such intelligent, such uh, you know, uh, students, perseverance, dedicated, hardworking students who are giving their youth time in this preparation to build an India of dreams. Thank you.